Vibrant Womanhood
That's
is
who
in
we
the
are.
house.
We are here.
We here. We are in the house. Girl, we here.
You know what? I'm so excited about this day, this moment. And for those of you that are tuning in, you have to understand that this has been a journey for us. And so today we are here as vibrant women who are excited about what it is that's going on in our lives.
Yes.
And we are eager to engage you into what it is that we believe is an opportunity for you to heal, grow, thrive, have those tough conversations, hit your vibration level, at your highest self, and just be all that God has called you to be. So I'm Dr. Renee, and this is Dr. G.
I'm Dr. G. So we are excited. I'm telling you, when I say the vibrancy, vibrant womanhood, it's really about our journeys.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking about tragedy. We're going to be talking about trauma. We're going to be talking about healing. We're going to be talking about issues, challenges, life.
The good, bad, the
good,
ugly,
the bad,
the experiences, the all in between.
But you come out vibrant.
Absolutely.
In all of that. And, I think we need to let the people know just how this all got started. Because I'm telling you, like you said, it's been a journey.
Mm-hmm.
And God has told me 30 years ago what my purpose was. Now, most people out there don't know their purpose. So that's unique for people because he actually told me in my ear. He talks to me like you and I are talking. And when he told me that my purpose was going to be to change people's lives through my words and through my music at the time, I said no. I was not ready for that.
Anybody else said no?
A lot of people have. And I've gone on and been talking and making a living talking and doing everything that I do. But guess what I wasn't talking about?
What weren't you talking about?
The real life story and my journey.
Ooh, girl, that requires some vulnerability, some authenticity.
Who wants to be vulnerable? Who wants to open up their heart and their life and to show the good, the bad, and the ugly? We don't, because you know what? We like wearing facades.
Well, we hide behind.
We have a mask.
Our mask.
Yes.
Yeah.
And look, we look good now. We don't look like we've been what we've been through.
Right.
But he said it's time. After all these years, it's really time for me to come out and start talking about those things that are really going to provide the healing for people.
Wow.
Really. And so I'm like, well, Lord, I can't do this. I don't want to do it. I just want to still be Dr. G, the professional.
Oh, I can't wait to tell some of the stories behind the professional.
She's great, the professional.
The psychologist.
She's the psychologist that can tell you how to fix your life.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord Jesus.
Ooh, that's deep, Dr. G.
I know.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's so hard. And it just got to the point where I got tired of fighting. It's like Jacob wrestling with the angel. And I got tired. And I'm like, okay, I've been wrestling long enough. So when he put this in my spirit, it became so clear that I wasn't supposed to do it alone. And he gave me this little statement: together we soar.
Yes.
And I knew who that was. And I called you up right away. I said, we got to do this together, my sister.
Well,
because you got some stories to tell.
God. Yeah.
And the people don't know your story.
They think they do.
I know, but they don't.
They think they do because unlike you, my difference is that a lot of my life has been played out on the public stage.
Yes.
So people tend to think that they really know everything about me. But at the end of the day, I want to go back to that purpose statement you said that God spoke to you, because my purpose statement was spoken to me a long time ago and I responded to it. But in the building of it and in the pursuing of it, the bottom just fell out.
Off.
It just, I mean, the glass tower was shattered. But within that, there's still so many other stories and principles and the word applied in my life, sometimes and often very broken. People didn't know it because again, we hide behind that facade of what we're supposed to look like and how we go about it, because that's how we were trained and
Yes,
equipped to do.
we were
Like,
taught
don't let
that.
nobody know what you're going through, you know. But at the end of the day, I thank God that you did call, because it gives us opportunity to really have some tough conversations
Absolutely.
about some things that people are going through, because ultimately we just want to be the help, the lifters, the ones that pour into others so that they can achieve the best version of themselves. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm really excited about.
Yes,
So
me
we're going to have to
too.
take off the mask, and we're going to
And we're
have
gonna
to
be taking them
like
off.
really have discussions,
Yes,
and
hard discussions.
and we don't always have to agree.
Right.
And we're not going to
And we
cancel
won't.
each other when we don't agree, right? We're
Like,
going
no,
we going to
like,
work through it,
I
talk through
don't agree
it.
with that. I'm sorry.
So this journey that God has laid out before us
Right.
is, I believe, one that is so needed, because not only are we interested in women of our generation, I know one of my charges is to reach back and to lift others, to be that bridge between all generations of women. Why?
Oh, yeah.
Because together we are stronger. Together we can make a difference. And together we can get some of this stuff right.
Right. Well, but the scripture also tells us the older to teach the younger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
We know y'all don't want to hear it all the time, but we
No.
got some wisdom. We can save you some time.
Well, then they gonna need to hear it, because when he tells us that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I knew that, and it's like, well, how do you start to have those conversations? And so then we were like, well, what do we need to call this to make sure that we're reaching the multi-generations?
Yeah.
We're reaching everybody that's out there. It doesn't matter if you're 22 or if you're 82, but it's about that journey, and throwing out the names and trying to come up with, and then came up with Vibrant Womanhood. You said, that's it. Tell them what vibrant means.
Okay, so you got to understand where we're headed. So I had to write this down, if that's okay.
Absolutely,
okay,
absolutely.
I'm not going to pretend that I could remember all of this, right? But
well, you have a certain age, girl.
I'm
so
of a
go
certain
ahead.
age, right? But check this out, because I want this to be really empowering for people. So Vibrant Womanhood is about embracing a life full of energy, strength, and enthusiasm, living boldly, radiating positivity, and thriving in every season.
Wow.
One of the reasons I was so excited about us being attracted to this word was because of what we ran across. It captures this whole idea of woman, and a woman who is unapologetic in what she does, that she's
who she is,
unapologetically alive, actively pursuing growth, faith, and purpose with a dynamic spirit. Now listen to some of these words, because we're going to come back and deal with some of this, because oftentimes we're not confident in our identity. But this term speaks to the joy and resilience found in the journeyhood of woman, highlighting the power of transformation, healing, and living a life that shines brightly, no matter the circumstances.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot.
But
to
it's
digest.
beautiful.
It is.
It's beautiful.
And when you think of vibrant, what do you think of? You think of color. Look, we are colorful women, so we gonna always.
Yeah, they've been trying to dull our shine. Somebody told me the other day, you need to work on this fall color palette. I was like, that fall color palette, or that spring color palette, or that summer color palette does not work with how I feel as a woman.
And there's psychology to color, and so the vibrancy, you're going to see it, you're going to feel it. And what's important is that it's the radiation from the inside out.
The inside
out. And
out.
we looked at the word vibrant and the acronym for vibrant. So you did really well with that, with our definition of what that means.
And we want y'all to learn that. We're going to learn it too, but it's important.
So, it is important.
You know what? We're going to make that an affirmation. I already can see that now. Okay. So affirmation
time coming. So in looking at the acronym of it and taking the definition, the V stands for vivacious, because that's where all that energy and people that we have all this energy. Invincible. When you're invincible, that doesn't mean you can't be broken. That doesn't mean things aren't going to happen, but it means you get back up.
Right. You're not bound or identified by your circumstances.
Absolutely. Brave. B could stand for bold and everything, but you know that word brave? It means moving forward even when you have fear. You're
Wow.
brave.
Say that again.
Moving forward even if you have
Say
fear.
it one more time.
Moving forward, people, even if you have fear. Just like this is taking me bravery. Even though I come out as this confident person, which I am, but the bravery to move forward, to now lay a platform to be vulnerable is a whole nother thing. So the bravery, the R is for radiance. Radiance shines inside and outside. Radiance is really about energy.
It is.
It's the energy that people feel about you. And it radiates. And you have this aura about you.
Well, girl, it's so much going through my mind, but go ahead and finish because I'm ready to have conversation about some stuff. Because somebody told me the other day, let me just say this. You talk about the energy. Somebody told me the other day that I was giving them a bad vibe. And I was.
Okay, because your
my energy was down. I was having a pity party and I was having one of those moments. And so that's good.
Yeah,
I need to radiate this exuberant energy.
Absolutely.
Even when I don't feel like it.
When you don't feel like it.
Okay.
The A is for authentic. Now, everybody out there, we got this fake stuff going on. We got the fakeness going on from top to bottom. And particularly as women.
Yeah, and there's a reason for that. And we're going to deal with that.
We're almost taught to be fake.
Yeah.
But to really be authentic does require that vulnerability. And it requires that obedience. And it requires all these steps. And it requires maturity to get here.
There you go. We're going to help you
emotionally,
get
spiritually,
to where you need to be on the fast track.
Physically. Yeah. Absolutely. And then the N is for nice. Just be nice. What's wrong with y'all? Look, I know sometimes I'm not nice. My children will say, "Mama, you don't seem like you're so nice." Okay, we're gonna drill down in all these. And the T is for trustworthy. To be a trustworthy woman, so vibrant. This is what this is about: vibrant womanhood. And in all of this, we'll step back and really introduce ourselves. I am Dr. G, Dr. Luana Gladney, better known as Dr. G. I am the success psychologist, and I have been in this arena for 26 years as a success psychologist. And what that is, people always say, "What is that, Dr. G? What is a success psychologist?" Well, it is not only the study of your mind and your behavior, but I help people to unblock the psychological barriers that gets them to that success. At the end of the day, there's so much trauma. Most people don't come in for counseling. They're not going to go in, and the healing journey can be really long and intense because people have a lot of trauma in their lives.
Well, you're peeling away layers.
And
it's like an onion, right?
And people are not going to continue to pay for healing. They just don't. And so
but we need to.
I know, but what I've created, I decided not to be the clinical psychologist. I created the programs that really kind of take you on a fast track. What that looks like is you have to do the work. So I've created all of this work that you do on yourself that digs down deep inside, takes out the gunk by the roots.
Okay, did y'all hear that? You got to do it yourself, right?
You got to take out that gunk.
The DIY of healing.
Yes. And well, no, I got to walk them through.
No, you got to follow the plan. The DIY. Yeah, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah. But it does take work. And most people, so it's beyond the regular counseling and therapy when you're just talking and, it's like, okay, yes, and you think about this. I actually take you through the journey. And when you come out.
Dr. G, not to cut you off, but it's so important because in the work that you do, a lot of times people have misunderstanding of how those processes are to work. And so if they feel that it's not in alignment with what they think, then they think it's not right.
Right.
And so what I hear you say is that God has downloaded to you a process. And so I'm a pastor, but I've been in the personal growth and development space for 40 years, okay? It's important to do the work.
Well, and people miss that. And so that's why it was so important, because I've been through traditional counseling and was still going for 2 years. And I was like, why am I still in counseling? I need, if you do the work to get to the other side. So people really want success. So helping you to get to that success space and understanding. And with that, I have a life that I can peel back layers when I'm working with individuals. And I do deposit the things that I have learned on this journey that helps them.
Through
So through experience.
Okay.
So my empathy and everything, and some of the stuff I've walked through it myself that, I hear a lot of people say. So with all of that, I've built so much stuff from programs, and you're talking, working with the single life with Dr. G people, all of the single life, and, the podcast, and all of the stuff that I've been able to do. I've written the 6 books, I've created about 15 different programs for different companies, and as a speaker, and all of the work putting out there, the newsletters, the interviews, the radio, I've done it all, the TV, the radio. You're talking about all of that just to get the message out. But you know what? It still wasn't my personal message.
So
So
y'all hear that? Okay.
yeah, so here I am now in a kind of a different space, in a different capacity. So as Pastor Renee, why don't you tell everybody who you are?
So we're going to talk about naming, but I'm just going to put this out there. Look, I'm a girl raised in Arkansas, Renee Denise Fowler Hornbuckle now. And we'll talk about why I carry the names that I do. Most people affectionately refer to me as Pastor Renee or Dr. Renee. Again, I've been in the personal development and growth space for almost 40 years and pastoring 36. And who I am is a person who is passionate about empowerment, a word that we use so loosely now, like it is so overused.
It is.
But one of the things that I know, and I'm confident in saying this now, haven't always felt this way, but as a trailblazer, as a pioneer in this empowerment space, it's allowed me to have the ability to be a speaker, a 12-time author, a TEDx speaker, an international speaker, and in both secular and in the sacred space. And to be able to also create programs as well that really help people walk through the journey of life, as you said, to get to the other side. And so I'm passionate about that. And again, it's a word that's overused, empowerment, but the key is that God has given us everything that we need. And so we have the power at work right now on the inside of us that gives us the ability to be able to fulfill that purpose. And so even as you were introducing yourself, I'm sitting over here going, oh my God, how do we get to purpose? How do we get beyond the things that trip us up? How do we get to the space to where we have that bravery and boldness and confidence to show up authentically ourselves every single day? And as you were talking, I was like, that's who I am. That's what I do. That's what I love. Now, what I found is that a lot of times people give you pushback.
Yes, they do.
Because of not wanting to do the work. But there's a saying that says, when you believe in people more than they believe in themselves, and you attempt to give them the tools, sometimes they'll hate you for it. But I'm so passionate about this. I'm willing for you to hate me for it because I want you to be the best version of yourself. Absolutely. And I think that's something that's misunderstood about both of us, that we simply want people to be the best version of themselves.
Yes.
And so we decided together through prayer and through conversation that we were going to peel back some of the layers and allow the vulnerability of who we are to shine through, because it's one thing to hide behind what we've created. It's one thing to hide behind our educational, achievements. It's one thing to sit and talk about, like, I know for a fact that we both write. And if people would read it, I can always tell when somebody never read my book because they didn't get the help they needed. And I often tell people, go back and read it again. It's kind of like a sermon. Listen to it over and over and over and over again. You're not going to get it on the one take. But the alignment with us has been so incredible because we're both, like you say, at a season
Yes,
where
in
we
our
really
lives.
recognize that if we're going to do this serious, profound God purpose, that the way we present it has to evolve. You know, Jesus
Right.
set down people in groups and gave them parables. Parables were simplified ways of understanding.
Yes.
And people sometimes get offended by that. Well, you don't know me. I got this going on. The Pharisees and the Sadducees, right?
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, we just want to be able to sit down and we want to be able to say, you know what? This is how we did it. This is what God showed us to do. And the principles applied work.
And so it's a really unique kind of spin
Mm-hmm.
that I have with
Mm-hmm.
people. So bringing everybody into this, and the whole idea, like you said, is to take them through. First of all, you're going to find out you're not alone.
That
You
part.
are not by yourself.
That part is so
What
important to
we have been
understand.
through,
Mm-hmm.
the both of us together, you're not alone in this journey.
Yeah.
And that is so important for people, for the mental health and all
Mm-hmm.
of the things that we'll be talking about, bringing them through the healing journey with us.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to laugh, to cry. There's
Wow.
going to be some times
Girl,
we're going to get
look, we're gonna
raw.
pull our lashes off.
We
How about
going
that?
to yeah, we just not going to come with lashes on those days, okay?
Now,
So
look,
all of this, do you know what? I'm just
yeah,
saying.
but you know what? I mean, the psychology of the mind, like,
Yes.
so a lot of people. So this is a little tip about me. People don't want to know. I started out on my journey in my educational pursuit to be a psychiatrist,
Mhm.
and so I've always been intrigued with the study of the mind. And through a lot of wrong choices and making some decisions, I didn't even end up going to medical school. So life
Mhm.
turned for me, right? But I get the privilege of being a pastor now, and I look at the scripture differently. Like, as a man thinketh, so is he, which validates
Yes,
exactly
yes.
what you're talking about. So if you ain't thinking right, then you're not going to be right.
Oh
And
Lord.
then junk in, junk out. I know a lot of times people say, oh, I'm offended you said it, that. No. But if you listen to the rhythm of the world
Yes,
and you
then
take
you will
all of
be
that
able to.
in and you
Yes.
try to keep up, then already your vibration is going to be off.
Well,
Your
listen,
energy is going to be off.
we are going to be really, when I talk about
Mm-hmm.
drilling down, that's why this is so exciting,
Mm-hmm.
having raw conversations with the maturity. Now, the authenticity comes right now. We are mature women. I turned 60 last year, and now you're talking about a whole different journey.
And I'm 62 and I'm loving it.
Look, and I'm 61. Let me tell you what happened. I turned 60. I swear somebody put a sign on my head that said I was 60. You know why? Because everywhere I went, everybody started calling me ma'am. I was like,
Really? Like it
oh,
just started for
it
you?
it just started
Okay.
when I turned 60. Everybody started saying, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And I love the respect. But when you first hear it, you're like, excuse me,
Oh, I expect it.
ma'am.
I expect it. Okay. So
Ma'am,
see.
I was like, okay, it's time to start talking.
So
We the
okay.
aunties, it's time to start talking to the younger people.
Okay,
And I
but
said,
so in your mind, come on, tell us what that means, because I expect it. Like, since I've been like 21, I'm not offended
no,
by
it's
somebody
not
saying
that I'm
ma'am.
offended. It's that all of a sudden
It
they
bothered you.
recognized that I was an older person. And because, I work really hard to
Mm-hmm.
take care of myself, and I've
Mm-hmm.
always looked younger than what my age was. It was like, did somebody tell you it was my birthday yesterday? It's funny. But that's the authenticity
Mm-hmm.
of, no, I love being this age and would not even want to trade. There's a decade I'd like to do over again because I don't think I did it
Mm.
right.
Okay.
However, I don't want to go back
Yeah.
because of the wisdom and who we are right now.
Right.
And while I'm saying this, I want to acknowledge one of our sponsors, because when we came and said this is something that we want to do,
Mm-hmm.
they recognized that we need to get behind this because this is going to be
Yeah.
something powerful.
Yeah.
So
What a
one of our
blessing.
one of our wonderful sponsors, Mega Women International, with Dr. Marina McLean.
Mm-hmm. She's
one of our
amazing.
sponsors. Thank you so much
Yeah, thank
for
you.
sponsoring and seeing the vision
And the
and
need
the need for
for this
this.
conversation.
So yeah, so as we flow through and help people, it's important to have that support
Yes.
system
Yes.
that's in place that says, oh my God, this looks incredible. And these conversations need to happen. It's so much stuff out there on the YouTube, as you see our YouTube channel. There's so much out there you could be listening to. But what we want this to do, we want it to make a change in you.
Recognize our abilities, but also bring to people's attention that you can't, and you have to be cautious about who you listen to, because some people know just enough.
Yes.
They don't know the full gamut of life. They know just enough to get you to a place, but then not lead you out of that place to the other side. And so for us, that's our intent,
Yeah.
to get you to the other side. Here we go again. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil.
Yes.
You got to be able to walk through recognizing that forward momentum is what's going to get you to the other side. And that's going back to the work, where the work comes in, so that you recognize, there may be things that are coming against me, but I'm going to keep it moving. There may be people that are talking about me, that are, scandalizing my name, that don't have anything positive. I may have felt like I got the wind knocked out, or I can't believe this happened to me, but the goal is to get to the other side.
Get to the others.
To
And we're
get
here
there.
to
Yeah.
help. Well, we're not going to be able to take people through a session or anything.
Well,
but
the beauty of it,
that will take place.
Yeah.
Hearing the stories, the tips, the strategies, the things that we say that will create the epiphanies. And that's the whole goal. The whole goal is to be an example of how to be that vibrant woman, to be that example of how to be obedient,
of
to be
real
that
transformation
example of
happening
how to
in your
take
life.
off the mask, to be that example of authenticity. And so we have a lot. We also want to acknowledge our other sponsor, which is Kelly Wingett with Alternative Wealth.
Yes.
Partners and strategies. And so we're excited to have her as one of our sponsors and one of
she's
our
pretty amazing
partners as well. And at some point, we'll be integrating and talking about some of the stuff that they have. So this is just wonderful. I'm telling you, I can't wait till the next episode because we're going to dig in.
Okay, so we're going to dig in, but how about we share one thing in our lives that nobody knows? It could be fun. It could be something.
2 truths and a lie? No.
Oh,
wait. That game. Let's play 2 truths and a lie. No. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's share.
Okay. So a lot of people don't know through my journey that most days I don't feel like I'm enough when I wake up in the morning.
Oh, now she said something fun. Why you sharing something so deep, girl? We trying to.
You know what? I was trying to think about something fun, but that's what came to mind. So if we're gonna be authentic, I gotta say what came to mind, right? And
see, but we have to unpack that.
No, we can unpack it. Wait, look, don't
unpack it next time.
Yeah, we'll unpack it the next time.
Oh gosh. Okay.
But I share that because it's a good starting indicator of what's required every single day to show up as yourself.
Well, see, I was gonna share something fun.
Now, okay, wait a minute. Okay.
That seemed like she done went deep over here. Okay. My goodness, we're gonna unpack.
I'm sorry. That's what came to mind.
Many people, and I've had that feeling many times, but so many people. So we're gonna do. Yeah. We're gonna do a whole episode.
That's why you got to take up the cross daily and follow him.
Oh my goodness gracious! Yeah. I was gonna share something fun that most people don't know, and they probably do because of all this drama, but that I do acting, and I've acted in plays, I've written plays, I've done commercials and all that fun stuff. Fun. And it's still on my bucket list that I'm going to make an appearance in one of Denzel's movies. Denzel, are you listening?
Well, you know what? While she's doing that at 5'2.5", and I have 5.3 on my driver's license, I would still like to be a model in my maturity. I think it's time to just show up and just, show and exhibit that elegance and
Girl,
that
we
grace.
gonna create a
So
runway for you.
AARP, call me.
Oh, look, now we doing commercials. Okay, do y'all see how much fun we're getting ready to have? So what we want you to do, we're gonna you give them a closing remark, anything you want to leave with them, I'll leave them, and then I'll tell you guys what I want y'all to do.
Oh my God. You know what? The closing remark, I think I need to pick up with sometimes not showing up authentically me. I think the thing of it is that, you have to understand, again, that we're all about empowering women to really work through, grow through, so that you can thrive. And I think that is an absolutely beautiful and accomplishable goal, right? You can do that, because we get this strength to pull from our source, our God, every single day. And as we pull upon that source, we'll get the things that we need to be able to live this life in a way that is so incredibly vibrant, where we are shining in everything that we do.
Okay.
And so I say, let's just shine.
Let's just shine.
Let's just shine.
So I think that was 5 remarks, but that's okay. Did y'all get that?
Okay, we're both talkers, so you already see. Okay,
listen,
Dr. G, give me one thing. Okay.
Don't try to hold me to one thing.
Okay.
No, okay.
Yeah.
My one thing in closing, and this is really profound, so I want you to hear this. You are the only one that can determine your success by what you believe to be true. Just let that sit there. You are the only one that can determine your success by what you believe to be true. That quote that came from Dr. G, and we're gonna break that down at another time.
I love it.
Right now, I want y'all to go and join our Facebook group, Vibrant Womanhood. We are creating a community of women that are going to be committed to being vivacious, invincible, brave, radiant, authentic, nice, trustworthy. We have a lot of stuff forthcoming that we can't do on the show, but we have a lot for you. Go to our website. We have some other resources, vibrantwomanhood.com. We have some resources that we have out there for you that you can invest in yourself, to purchase, that would change your life. We have courses, programs, all of those things that we have available. That as we talk about it, there's some extra work that you'll need to do. And definitely follow us on IG. So
until next time, keep shining, keep growing, and never forget, you are more powerful than you know. Why? Because you are a vibrant woman.